Welcome. We are going to draw isometric drawing from the orthographic views given, as you can see, in first angle projection. As you can see, the views, we have the front, we have the plan, we have the end. The end is on the right because we are viewing the object from the left. Then the plan, of course, is below the front. So if you look at the plan, you realize that this extension on the front, it's not a rectangular extension, but it's a circular extension because the plan gives us a circle. So if we are going to draw our solid figure, it means we are going to have cuboid or rectangular base and then an extension on top of it, which is a circular or a cylindrical extension. So the first thing we have to do, we have to draw a block diagram measuring the base, which is 40 by 40, and then the vertical height of the block to be 80, out of which we shall now cut out the relevant part and get the expected drawing. Taking x as the lowest point, it means we are going to have point x here, and then we shall have 70 on this side and then another 70 on this side. So let's proceed. We can draw a vertical there. So these lines are isometric line, as you can see. Because we are drawing in isometric, we have to measure 30. Now on this side we are going to have 70, and also on this other side we are going to have 70. So from your measuring instrument we can get 70. You transfer it here and here. And the vertical height, the total height is 80. You just take your 80. And include it on the total height. So we are using the set squares and the D square to join the lines. So 30 degrees. You just have to join them. So can join this. We also join on this other side. 30 degrees. Then our vertical. Somewhere there. Then we have another vertical this side. Then you complete this other side. Then you bring and complete this. So there it comes. That is our block diagram. That's our block diagram. Now we can still extend because it's a block diagram. Now, looking at this, you would realize that this extension here, the cylindrical extension, it is extending from the 40th mark on the frontal part. So we have to measure our 40th. We establish a plane in the midway, somewhere in the midway, where our cylindrical part can be extracted from. So let's measure our 40th mark. just measure 40 and you put it here. So this is our 40th mark, this is our 40th mark. Then we draw that plane. Just join the plane. So with your set square, your T-square, you can include this. Then also include that. So on that plane, we are going to have our cylindrical part. As you can see, this cylinder, it is in the midway at that 5th mark, because this is 70, the midway is that 5. So we are going to have the center lines, which measures that 5. That is the center line. So the center line is somewhere here and also here. So we have the center lines using your T-square, your set square, and establish the center line. It's 30 degrees because it is parallel to the base. Then also we have another center line starting from there. So that's the center line. Of course, this is the center point. Now, this cylindrical part, now we want to establish, this is the center. We are going to have a rhombus. This rhombus here, as you can see, the diameter of our circle is 20, our cylindrical part is 20. So that means we are going to have a radius of 10, 10, 10 each. So we measure 10. So you have to measure 10, 10, 10, 10. So we draw a rhombus. This rhombus here passes through those points and also passes here. Then we can bring this so this rhombus, bring it okay. That's the cylinder we are drawing. Now you'll realize that the same thing we have done at the base would be the same thing on the top, because of the top also has the cylindrical shape. So let's just transfer what we have here on the top part. We can use a compass to transfer it here, then here, then again, you bring this, you want that center line, then again bring this, complete this. you realize that this is another center. So we just bring these dimensions of our rhombus back here, there, here, and here. Then again you join. Join them. There it goes. Bring this. There it goes. Then again include this other side. So this, and then this. Okay, so this cylinder is going to be put such that the base is inside, the circular base is inside that rhombus, and the outer base, the top part of the cylinder, is in that part. So if you are drawing it, you realize that the cylinder will assume such like a shape. Let me show you. To assume such like a shape, because it is in isometric, that's why it will appear that way. So let's draw the top part. We are going to join the longest diagonal. We join the longest diagonal. Of course, this one will still be the same thing down here. We join the diagonals. Now we are going to have some centers, but before we have the some centers, we shall join this midpoint to that point, this midpoint to that point. So we can join this midpoint, also join this midpoint. Okay, so with your compass you can have the centers. The first radii is here. We take this up to that point, then you complete our circle. We come back here, we complete, because it should be the same radii. Just come here, you pick it, then you come here again, complete that. Okay, then now we want the other side. Take the smaller radius, then you complete your circle. Okay, and then you come and take this other, complete this. That is the circular top. That's the circular top. Now at the base, we are only going to have this side. So that means we can still join the longest radius and this midpoint. Okay, not necessarily that, we can still join this midpoint. It's more of the same thing, it's only that I want to draw this curve, and that's why I would wish to join the other midpoint from the other corner, because I want this curve. But it still applies even if you join this way, you will still take the same radius, but you stand now on the other side. So this radius here is what I'm interested in. This radius to give me this arc. Okay, once you have this arc, of course you are going now to have this one to draw some bit of the arc from here course we are going to have a tangent. It's not going to be so far, go so far, just have some bit of it. Again on this other side, just some bit of it. Get the point? Then we are going to join using tangent from the top part. So we join this. Then we join this. And then of course we shall join this. We join all the necessary lines that are expected to be joined. So we continue. Now also, in this case, allow me to use a free hand to join the curve so that at least it's more clear. Just for today. Just allow me for today. Join that. I'm trying to make it more clear. So this is what we expected to draw. Out of these views, you would realize that we have the frontal part, okay, the frontal part, and the end that gives me this, and the plan from top that gives me a circular part and a rectangular cuboid. Okay. Thank you for attending the lesson. Kindly don't forget to subscribe to the channel for any new content that will be uploaded.